right, here's the last one. I hope you had a great feeling killing that animal. So this is one that I got a response on a Facebook post I did of a buffalo, an old bull Cape buffalo in Africa that I took, and it had a big, massive horn on its head, the boss, that big covering, and it was really wide and big, and I was just commenting on how massive that thing was. And of course, I'm standing by a dead animal. The anti-hunters are going to weigh in on this one, and this guy did. And he said, I bet you had a great feeling killing that animal. And then I wrote back and I said, yeah, not as good a feeling as the hundreds of local villagers enjoyed as they ate that buffalo. And then he comes back at me again and says, you psychopaths love that excuse. You never answer the question. Okay, so I'm going to answer the question. And I did. I wrote him back and I said, why do one's feelings matter? Nature, that functioning cycle of life, death, and renewal, does not pivot on feelings. Do we ask lions how they feel when they gang jump a buffalo and slowly tear it down? Do we ask a coyote how it feels when it snatches a fawn from its mother and carries it away alive and screaming? When hunting, I feel alive. I feel fully involved as an integral part of nature. I feel privileged to still be doing what nature and God designed me to do as a cog in the wheel of life. I feel satisfaction in finding, stalking, and killing my meat without alerting, frightening, harrying, and mauling my prey into a long and protracted death. I feel responsible and competent. And I feel proud for creating the demand for saving, restoring, protecting, and enhancing the wild natural habitats in which the wildlife I love and hunt and eat lives. Converting wild lands into monoculture rice, corn, and soybean fields that are annually plowed and sprayed and stripped of all life except for that single crop, that does not maintain the panoply of bacteria and insects and arachnids and forbs and grasses and songbirds and amphibians, reptiles, shrubs, mice, songbirds, gallinaceous birds, wading birds, raptors, rabbits, weasels, foxes, minks, badgers, vultures, antelope, elephants, and the hundreds of other wild species that continue to live and eat and hunt and procreate and sustain the rich biotic community of which human hunters can and should be an integral part. Rejecting this reality in favor of a false feeling of moral superiority because you prefer that our biosphere be stripped and converted to man-engineered crops and domesticated meat animals is willful ignorance. How does it make you feel knowing that your demand for domesticated foods results in the destruction of biodiversity?
Boy. Wow, Ron. I love that.
Did I go off that time, huh?
Did he respond?
Oh, I haven't heard back from him yet. But this is the point. These people get on their moral high horse without thinking, wait a minute. If you demand that you don't use what nature provides, that means you have to get rid of nature and make something man-made. And crop fields these days don't have much life on them. Some farmer doesn't want all these animals in his field eating his corn or his soybeans. So it gets, like I said, you plow the ground and you've lost all the basis for a rich biotic community. So if you want to talk about biodiversity loss and all the rest of it, if you maintain that natural habitat with wildlife in it and you utilize what nature provides, the deer, the pheasants, the rabbits, or whatever, sustainably, you will then keep all of the wildlife, including the little things we hardly even notice, as well as the big stuff that we use, in perpetuity. That's the way the globe has been ever since man opened his eyes and said, wow, look at all this wonderful stuff nature gives us. Continues to do that. You just have to use it smartly and sustainably.